Hello and welcome to DFS Coach Talk. Today is Wednesday, October the 6th, and we have a Major League Baseball wildcard game to discuss today. I am here with my battery mate, Mr. Crash Davis. How are you today, Crash?
I'm doing well, Coach. How about that game last night? What do you think?
I'll tell you what, I hope everybody listened to the pod yesterday, sort of called that shot by Mr. I call him Mike Stanton from the old days, but Giancarlo popped one over for us. And my Verdugo super low owned guy came through. It was a great day for us. We all had a blast and cashed some good stuff at Coach Talk. And then we even had the thrill of Gallo, another 3 or 4 feet. We would have taken everything down if that ninth inning blast would have gone out. But it was a fun night. Great way to start the MLB playoffs.
For sure.
And we wanted to come back. Normally we're doing Tuesdays and Fridays, but since we had such a hot night last night, we had a lot of requests and tweets and messages on YouTube to post something today. So we thought we would show our handsome faces on the YouTube, as they say, again today.
Yes, sir. We did have a good start. And, Stanton, he kind of made our night. I mean, we were kind of on the edge there, and then he just put us way over the top. So,
yeah, it was a fun night. And we're back tonight in all exciting wild card games, single elimination, great teams. And, man, what a matchup. You've got St. Louis at the Los Angeles Dodgers. And do you know St. Louis in their last 22 games were 20-2?
Yep.
I mean, you can't be hotter than that. That's about the best I've seen in baseball in my years watching.
Yeah, and you know who gave them one of those 2 losses?
Probably your Brewers.
Yep. Yeah, we ended their winning streak, so I'm going to be talking about that.
Christian Yelich probably shut his eyes and slapped one opposite field that just caught a little nip of the chalk.
Yeah, I don't even remember. I don't think Yelich even played in that game.
Well, that's why they won then. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so this is going to be great. And then you've got the Ballyhoo Dodgers, the defending champs at home, single game elimination. So this is going to be great. So what we're going to do today is we're going to give you a couple of hitters each. We'll just give you 2 hitters each and give you a little feel for this game. And again, as we talked about yesterday, it's just totally different builds because you can use the pitchers on Draftkings, but you cannot use the pitchers on Fanduel or Yahoo. So we'll give you some pricing for the guys that we recommend. But let me set the stage here. First of all, I don't want to forget this. This October 6th, I was blessed 22 years ago today with my beautiful daughter, Lindsay. So shout out to Miss Lindsay Noel Sarvati. It is her 22nd birthday. So hooray, crowds cheering. All right. So this game is, although it looks like a phenomenal game, very close, the red hot Cardinals, Wainwright pitching fantastic. Vegas doesn't see it that way, just like the opposite of yesterday. We wondered why the Yankees were such tepid favorites. Well, we found out they got beat. Vegas is no dummy, but now Vegas is saying it's Dodgers. Forget about it. They're minus 230. Big favorites in this game. And again, it's Wainwright versus Scherzer. So what do you think about that line, Crash?
Yeah, I actually agree with that line. The Dodgers are, I know the Cardinals are hot, but so are the Dodgers. They've won 9 of their last 10 games. And just from what I saw in the series against the Brewers, I just think the Dodgers are just kind of the class of the league right now. So,
yeah, I mean, the winning percentage of the 2 teams combined in that last group of games is like 97%. So you couldn't have 2 more hot Titans going against each other here.
For sure.
I'm not sure, though. I'm not selling Wainwright short. I mean, let's talk about the pitching matchup just briefly here. You have Wainwright, who went 17-7 with a 3.05 ERA and a 1.06 whip, 174 strikeouts. And he pitched against the Dodgers on August Let's see, when was it? August the 8th, I believe. But he did give up 4 runs, but he got the win. He pitched well. Didn't give up much. Had a good outing. And then Scherzer on the other side's 15-4, probably maybe the Cy Young winner, or is your man the Cy Young winner in Milwaukee?
I think it's going to come down to those two. Scherzer and Burns. I think that's what it's going to come down to. So
it's going to be close. But Scherzer, 15-4, 2.46, and then that magic sub-1 whip at 0.86, and a bunch of strikeouts, man. He's just such a stud. He pitched great against them last time as well. So we have a true pitcher's duel, and that's what I want to get your opinion on, because I wanted to start out by saying I love these two pitchers. I love that the over-under 7.5. I know it's Dodger Stadium, but 7.5 for these two guys, the way these two teams are going. I love the under there for those that play the games. I think this is an old-fashioned Donnybrook, 2 veteran pitchers that have seen it and felt it. There's not going to be any nerves, just big-time competition and anticipation. And as just going to say it right out, on DraftKings, if you don't have both of these guys in your lineup, in my opinion, you're going to have to be lucky and have a guy that hits, 3 homers or 2 homers and 2 doubles, because I think Scherzer and Wainwright are going to stack up the stats. What do you think?
Well, I do have a little bit of concerns about Adam Wainwright tonight, because this Dodgers lineup is just so unforgiving. I mean, from top to bottom, they just have so many guys that can hit the ball out of the park. And, and Dodger Stadium is kind of a small ballpark anyway. So to me, it's kind of an easy home run park.
Let me interrupt you for a second, because I knew you were going to say that, so I set you up. Here's a quiz question for you. Wainwright's pitched against the Dodgers this season. He's got a decent amount of innings against them. How many homers do you think Wainwright has given up to the Dodgers this season?
3.
0.
Oh, wow.
Guess how many stolen bases he's given up to the Dodgers this year?
1.
0. So there you go, man. Wainwright's got their number. I don't care what stadium it is in. You can't look past that. I mean, that is a fantastic statistic that nobody would believe. And I think it's the key stat, because to me, again, DraftKings, you go Scherzer at 11.4, second Waino at 10.4, or Waino at 10.4 and Scherzer at 11.4. I love both pitchers. I love this to be a low scoring game. And so for that, it's probably going to be 10-9.
I mean, I don't really like Wainwright that much tonight, but I can see why you would. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad pick. It's just my gut says he's going to have a game kind of like what we saw last night with Cole, where he gets hit up and then he gets taken out early. But we'll see.
We will see. That's what's fun about this whole adventure, is trying to figure all of that out. All right. First hitter. We're giving 2 hitters to all of our listeners. And then, of course, we will have all of our picks in Discord. We'll talk everything through like we did yesterday. I will mention we don't have to worry about the weather. How about 73 degrees, no wind? I mean, it's perfect weather in LA. So that's beside the point. But in Discord, we'll chat through it through the day. We'll look at all the notes, talk about a few matchups. And then, if you want to join us, we're at DFS Coach Talk on Twitter, or you could just go right to our website, dfscoachtalk.com, because what we'll give out is our core 4 for DraftKings, both as a cash hybrid play and as a GPP play. And we'll give out full lineups for FanDuel and Yahoo. And we had a lot of members have some big nights last night. So definitely want to join us for that. So what we're going to share here in front of the paywall is 2 of our stud hitters on this slate that we're going to look to play on DraftKings, FanDuel, and Yahoo. So who's number 1 for you, Crash?
My first, guys, is probably going to be pretty chalky, but it's going to be Trey Turner. 9,500 on FanDuel, 9,800 on DraftKings. He's just been red hot lately. He's got double-digit fantasy points in 7 of his last 10 games. He's hit 357 against Wainwright with 5 hits and 14 at bats. Not a huge sample size, but I'm just confident in how consistent Trey Turner has been. I mean, he led the league in batting average. So,
well, who did we agree on yesterday?
Stanton.
And he has a homer, a double, almost had 2 homers.
Yeah.
We agree on Trey Turner. So click the button, click all button right there, man. I love Trey Turner. You know, again, nobody's homered this year off of Wainwright, but Turner with that average, even in a small sample size, has just been the most consistent of all the Dodgers against him. And then you just look at recency. I mean, when Turner gets in these grooves, you know, you just can't stop him, because if you get it over the plate, he's going to take you deep. If you nibble on the corners, he's not going to bite. He'll just walk. And then if he gets on base by a single or a walk, he's going to steal. Yeah. So, you know, you look at his last 3 games from a fantasy standpoint, DFS wise, he had 29.2, 15.4, and a nice tidy 50.9. So, you know, the guy's hot. He's seeing the ball well. He's got a good batting average against this pitcher, and I think he's the best play on that side of the ball for sure. So I'm with you, man. That's great that we have, you know, Stanton last night. We need Trey Turner tonight. And don't push the button accidentally and take Justin Turner instead of Trey Turner, because it's easy to do.
Although I like Justin Turner too. But
yeah, he's tough. All right. Number 2, what do you got?
So number 2 is going to be, I guess, kind of like a value Trey Turner. It's going to be Tommy Edmond. 6,000 on FanDuel, 8,000 on DraftKings. He's hit 444 against Scherzer. You know, not a huge sample size with 4 hits and 9 at bats with a home run. But I mean, really, none of these Cardinals have had much success against Scherzer. So I feel like he's worth taking a chance on with a lower price and what, you know, should be pretty low ownership, I think. But we'll see what happens.
Well, if you guys out there think any of this is scripted or we plan it ahead and walk through it and discuss it, we've always said on all of our podcasts, Andrew and I do that in the NBA. I know you guys do it in football with the NFL. We do live, real reactions, talk about it, you know, react, you know, make a face, whatever. My guy's Tommy Edmond. How the heck we come out with the same 2 guys is insane. But, you know, he's got a homer against Scherzer. So that homer means something to me. 4 for 9 means something to me. And Edmond's been hot as well. And, you know, he's at the top of that order, so he may get that extra at bat. And for all those reasons, you know, he's going to get nine innings in there. And I just think he has the best chance. And he can get you a run scored, steal. And every single tenth of a point is so important in these showdown slates. So, I mean, I wasn't real strong about anybody else in that lineup. Goldschmidt's really struggled against Scherzer. So, those for me, it's Edmond also, which is really wild that we have the same 2 guys. Let me give you the numbers as far as if you're looking to roster these 2 guys. Trey Turner, by the way, 9,800 on DraftKings, 9,500 on FanDuel, and 25 on Yahoo. Edmond is only 8,000 on DraftKings, 6,000 on FanDuel. So you can take anybody you want if you roster him on FanDuel. And how about just $11 on Yahoo? So not only do we like Edmond a lot, Edmond opens up a lot of other possibilities if you want a couple of the other big bats in there. But last thing I wanted to mention too is don't underestimate the fact that Muncy's out for the Dodgers, because you asked me, I don't care what anybody says, you can talk about all the guys on that team. I've watched the Dodgers play a lot this year, and Muncy's their glue guy, man. He's not only just a phenomenal clutch hitter, he's a power hitter, he's an average hitter, and he's a great defensive player at first base. Not having Muncy right now, you know, could be the demise also, which also elevates Waino for me. So, this is going to be a fun one. I'm glad we agree, and hopefully our listeners and our members, you know, will be able to fill in the rest of these players with our members in Discord. So, you know, if you have a chance, like we say, please join us. We'd love to have you. We have as little as a 3-day pass for $10, a 5-day for $19. If you sign up today, for that 5-day pass, you get all of our PGA golf, which we have a podcast. All our lineups are posted tonight. We have NBA preseason, which we're doing really well at right out of the gate. That is tonight and goes every day from now till the start of the season on the 19th. We have NFL football, which that podcast will be coming out for the Thursday night game. And then we've got Sunday and Monday night football. You'll get all of that. And then obviously with this MLB baseball playoff. So this is the best time to be a part of Coach Talk, because when you join, you're part of our family. You're in the DFS Coach Talk community. You get all of our sports. And so you'll get all of the action on those 4 sports, lineups, Discord, everything that we've got. So this is a great time to check it out. Last thing, and then we'll close with some thoughts from you, Crash, is if you're watching this on YouTube right now, please hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, give a little comment, anything at all, because that combination of those 3 things really moves us up the algorithm on YouTube, and we'd really appreciate that. We keep these podcasts in front of the paywall, so we're really trying to gain audience that way. And also hit the little bell button in the top corner there. That little alarm or alert button will let you know when any of the 4 sports that we cover podcast post. And you're going to be seeing a lot of them. You know, you'll see today you'll have baseball. Then you'll have our basketball picks, maybe small little post there. Then you'll also have our football one tonight and our PGA one during the day. So you want to get that alert button so that you get all of that information coming in. And if you're listening on our podcast through Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Stitcher, iHeart, take a second there as well. Hit the 5 stars, little comment, and you get in a drawing. We have a drawing for a free 5-day pass once a month that we give out. We know we're in the first week, so you still have 3 weeks to get in this drawing. And Joe Stanton will get that randomizer in there with anybody that's given us 5 stars and a little comment, and you can win a free 5-day pass at Coach Talk. So that is it, my friend. What would you like to share? Any other baseball nuggets other than Brewers talk? We know the Brewers are coming.
Yeah. The one thing I want to say is that I do have one player in particular that I'm saving for our members that I think is going to be a key player tonight. So members can look forward to that.
Yeah, my last comment will be the last time Scherzer pitched against St. Louis on September 6th. He just struck out 13. No big deal. So, yeah, I mean, there's no fading Scherzer on DraftKings unless you have rocks in your head. So that's pretty he may be 96% owned. Who knows? Yeah. It's going to be pretty cool. But, all right, man, fantastic. Great job. Thanks for jumping on. This is normally Crash's day off, but, you know, we wanted to jump back in and shout out to everybody, you know, that joined in yesterday and listened and hopefully had some great success with us. So thank you so much for tuning in today. We really, really appreciate all of you. And we'll be back again to look to crush it in MLB DFS.